This is a priority, Harry. We have no choice.
But the Americans are drowning us in paperwork, Juliet. I mean, their paranoia knows no bounds. To them, everyone is a potential terrorist.
You know as well as I do that the PM values his relationship with the Americans above all others, so if the CIA want to...
But what they're asking for is so over the top as to be ludicrous. I mean, have you seen what they want? Take a look at this list. Their requests for assistance would monopolize my entire staff.
That is what they're paid for, Harry.
We have more important things to do.
Tell that to the Foreign Office. Adam?
She's not staying for a cup of tea, then?
What are these?
Just couriered over by the CIA. Latest updates and profiles on the people they're watching. When can I tell them we'll give feedback? Right, I think my phone's ringing.
The US military build-up on the borders of Iran continued today, this time with the arrival of the USS Enterprise, which was used extensively during the Iraq War. Despite the build-up, the president issued assurances today that the US wants to avoid war at all costs.
They're going to run out of countries to invade.
I don't think the Americans or their president have the appetite for another war.
Well, when did that ever stop it from happening?
There's another extradition. Private chopper, Isle of Dogs.
Oh, for God's sake.
Adam Carter, how can we help you?
A word of advice. When you're out kidnapping a foreign citizen from his home country, make sure none of his neighbors see your goons piling him into a van. Kinda gives it away.
I'll remember that. Next time.
There won't be a next time. Not in this country. You see, we have this pesky 1963 Act, which gives us the right to check all documents relating to immigration and departure issues.
Well, there won't be a problem then, since we don't have any documentation.
They can't keep getting away with this, Harry. This is the third time in a month.
If you want to extradite this man,
And you go through the due process. We'd love to. Damn it, Adam, don't you see the news? The world's on the brink of war. If we let people like him spout off, or worse, all hell could break loose in Iran.
You're not taking him, Alex. As long as you're standing on this soil, you're under UK law.
No. I'm under US law. And that allows us to pick up anyone who we believe to be a threat to our national security. Anywhere in the world. Let's have coffee sometime.
Now listen to me, Alex, and listen carefully.
Harry?
I don't care if the man you're holding killed Abraham Lincoln himself. You are not kidnapping any more British citizens, not on my watch. You're going to hand him over to us, or so help me God, I'm ordering Adam to use whatever force necessary to bring you and your cohorts back here to sample the minimalist charms of our basement holding cells.
Have you even seen the files on this guy?
You're missing the point. Whatever you're accusing him of is a British citizen. He still has rights.
Don't mess with us, Harry. Not on this one.
Try me. You getting this, Adam?
Every word.
We're putting an end to this ridiculous roundup here and now. Lewis Kirvin. There's nothing in his report we haven't already seen.
It's your call, Harry. Are we going to detain him or not?
Well, he's no more dangerous than any of the other hundreds of disgruntled radicals out there. I mean, I know these are difficult times, but what are we supposed to do? Lock them all up? It just fuels their anger. Let him go. Keep him under surveillance. If he steps out of line, pull him in, like the others.
Subject has arrived home at 5:47 p.m. Switching to internal surveillance.
That's the log for the day.
Anything interesting?
I'll give it a U rating.
Go on back to Thames House. Give me a call if it gets more exciting.
Police reports are still coming in about yesterday's murder of 2 government officers. A leaked memo suggests that a British-Iranian man suspected of terrorist activities could be involved.
There was nothing in Lewis Kirvin's file to suggest that he was a clear and present danger to either this country or the US.
One of those officers had 3-year-old twins.
I have read the personnel files.
You must see how this looks, Harry. The CIA quite rightly feel vindicated. You cannot override the White House and expect no repercussions.
Just when did this country formally become a US colony?
Oh, for God's sake.
Lewis Kirvin cold-bloodedly murdered 2 of my officers in daylight. Broad daylight. I think he did that because whatever he's planning is bigger, much bigger than a double murder. My priority now is to track him down and prevent him from perpetrating that act. What? Juliet.
You let the guy go, for God's sake.
It was a judgment call.
It was the wrong one.
So what?
If there was something I could do, I would. You're out, Harry. I'm sorry. Look, I am prepared to stick my neck out for my friends, but not when the odds are stacked so heavily against them that it's pointless.
I'll try to remember that.
Yes, you do that, because I'm not going to be here babysitting you lot forever. So the sooner they figure out who's going to run this place, the better, and that could well be you.
Don't you think you should at least wait for the outcome of the disciplinary hearing before you start redecorating his office?
Adam, the outcome is a foregone conclusion. The PM and the Americans...
Give me a break, Juliet. That's such a load of bollocks. If every politician who screwed up got the sack, there wouldn't be any left.
Harry is finished. So, if you play your cards right...
You've been sitting behind a desk for way too long.
Lewis Kirvin is a highly dangerous terrorist, and I want him found. Anything else can wait.
What about the CIA's assistance requests? They're still coming in by the dozen.
I've always heard you're particularly good at multitasking, Ruth.
That's what Harry would have said, but somehow it sounds better coming from him.
You'll get used to it. Look, I know this is very unfortunate. You're all fiercely loyal to Harry, and I respect that. But we have a job to do. And I'm sure that finding Lewis Kirvin is what Harry would want most. More importantly, it's what I want. Do I make myself clear? Now, do remember that Harry is still under investigation, which means that he is strictly off limits in case any of you are thinking otherwise.
Is it just me, or does anyone else feel like strapping her to a car battery?
She had a point, though.
Excuse me?
Well, Harry made the wrong call, and because of that, 2 men I was talking to just minutes earlier are dead.
Yeah, well, maybe if the Americans didn't think it was okay to go around grabbing people off our streets indiscriminately, it wouldn't have come to this.
Well, obviously not so indiscriminate considering what Curvin's just done.
But it doesn't matter anyway. Harry wouldn't have stayed on. Not after something like this. I'm sure he was thinking of resigning. They just beat him to it.
No, he would have known better.
Okay, that's enough. We have to find Curvin.
And meanwhile...
And meanwhile, nothing. Look, if Curvin launches an attack, it could light the blue touch paper that sends us into an all-out conflict with Iran. We find Curvin.
I'm ready.
Lewis Curvin, 27, born in Tehran. Father Iranian, mother Irish, hence Lewis. Family moved here when he was 6. He's also not a fan of the Americans.
Our cells would be pretty full if we detained everyone sharing that sentiment.
He was, however, a fan of Mushta Islam, which in Farsi means...
Fist of Islam.
If Curvin had those kind of connections, then...
Mushta Islam specialise in smashing cars filled with high explosives into government buildings and police stations. OK, I want to make sure we've got security increased at all high-profile targets, especially around Westminster, Scotland Yard and the embassies.
It gets worse. You better take a look at this. This has just been sent over from our friends at the CIA. According to the Americans, this is Curvin at a Mushta Islam training camp last July.
Well, why wasn't this in the file they originally sent over?
We didn't know there was a 2-month gap in the file.
How convenient these should just pop up now. I'm sorry, this has got a fake backstory all over it. They wanted him, we let him go. This is just their way of getting carte blanche the next time.
Pretty clever, though, if they can fake 2 men with their brains all over the walls.
We always have to come back to that question, Ruth. He killed 2 MI5 officers just so that he could slip back under the wire. What's he going to do next? OK, I want every single connection chased down, starting with the neighbours who called us about his arrest. I want that photo pulled to pieces to check its authenticity. I'm off to inform Juliet that we have a substantial lead on Curvin's whereabouts. Find me one.
Can Ollie do it? 2 more questions between you and £50,000. Ollie, geography. What is the current name of the country formerly known as Portuguese West Africa?
Angola.
Tanzania? No, Angola. Last chance, entertainment. Who played the role of Sheriff Wyatt Earp in the 1946 John Ford movie My Darling Clementine?
Henry Fonda.
Kevin Costner?
Costner. Wasn't even born then.
Oh, Ollie, you
bonehead.
The US military build-up on the borders of Iran continued today, this time with the arrival of the USS Enterprise, which was used extensively during the Iraq War. Despite the build-up, the president assured us that the US wants to avoid war at all costs and has repeated his request for talks.
I'm sorry. Well, please do give us a call if you remember anything relevant.
Yeah.
Talk about a sense of belonging. You think Curvin lived in a bubble.
It's the same story all along the street. Nobody wants to admit to seeing anything.
If someone was concerned enough to dial 999 and tell us Curvin was being kidnapped, why won't they talk to us now?
Come on, let's go.
So, you have no target, you have no weapon, and you say from looking at Curvin's file you have no idea of what he's planning. Do you call that headway?
We've hit a brick wall. Suddenly nobody wants to know the guy.
What about the neighbour?
We've traced the 999 call to a pay-as-you-go mobile paid in cash. I've spoken to everyone in Curvin Street, but no one wants to own up to having made that call.
I spoke to our man at Special Branch 10 minutes ago. They're not making any headway either. Plus, I've got the Secret Service swamping us with more requests.
Well, tell them to take a number and wait.
We've completed the preliminary analysis of the training camp photo. You want the bad news first? We cross-matched the topography of the mountain range in the background.
It's near Farah, close to the Afghan-Iran border. A Mushta Islam stronghold.
Do we know when the photo was taken?
Yeah, well, using the date on this newspaper and the position of the sun, we have a time and a rough date of when the shot was taken.
Which was?
July the 28th of last year. Give or take a week, because we can't be sure that this newspaper was of that same day.
Well, that fits with the months that Curvin was missing.
If he was at the Farah camp, then he was
extremely highly trained. And he was released.
Good news.
Actually, it's just worse news. The photo's genuine. Now, we looked at matching the resolutions of the shadows and the area around the ears and the neck. Those are the usual weaknesses when people are photoshopping, but there was nothing out of place.
So Curvin was definitely there?
Well, either he was there or this is an incredibly well-made fake.
Why don't we run his file through link analysis? It's a radical new way of accessing, organising data. known as the waterfall.
Look, Kevin, I know exactly what it is.
The problem is that throws up too many links. We just haven't got time.
In the absence of the 40-odd thousand analysts that they have at the NSA, I have to say that I agree with Ruth.
I agree, of course, you're right. Only, you see, we've managed to tweak their software somewhat.
Tweak it?
Yes. We've layered a weighting algorithm onto it so that it doesn't just throw up a ton of links for us to check out. It lists them according to importance. Relevance, if you like. And it's Colin.
Huh. So, what are you waiting for, Colin?
So the Americans were right about Kervin.
And we let him go.
A secret report leaked today in Washington claims that Louis Kervin, the Iranian terrorist thought to be responsible for the deaths of 2 government officials, was originally flagged as a security risk by the CIA up to 3 months ago. Downing Street has refused to comment on the leaked report.
Morning, Mark. Thank you.
It's been chewing up his bank details, credit cards, travel movements, college classmates and tutor lists, mobile phone records and cell positioning, NHS...
Won't the Americans have done all this?
Yes, but we have access to information from our surveillance that they don't have. By marrying the two, we can find new links that they won't. Anyway, so far it hasn't found anything hugely out of the ordinary, except for this. He used this cache point in Paternoster Square 3 times in the last month. We can pinpoint which route he took to get there from his underground travel pass. Interestingly, he never took the most direct route.
So he took 3 trips to the city and he always took an odd route, and...
The cache point's nowhere near anywhere he would normally need to go to. Not his college, not his mosque, no friends or work.
It's something. Ruth, let's get down there. Keep running it. Why was Kervin using this particular cache point? Why was he here? What do you see?
Well, they're all here because it's where they work. There are no outsiders.
So Kervin was here to meet someone, and whoever it was will work close by. Colin, look for a link between Kervin and all the offices within 100 meters of this spot. Calls, fax, email, anything.
Adam, there are a lot of offices around. What if we can't find anything?
If we don't find anything, we'll expand the radius to 200 meters and keep going. He had to be here for a reason. Who's that? Thank you very much.
What was that all about?
Harry. Interesting choice for a doghouse, Harry.
Thought you'd appreciate the irony. Next trial's in 5 minutes.
Trial? What's that?
That's how they work out their grading, how fast they go, whether they run better on the rail, off it. It's also a good opportunity to inspect the form.
Right. you okay? Eating well? Ruth's just worried about you, she's worried that you're living off crisps and canned tuna.
Sweet. No, the food she sent was more than enough.
You should be pleased.
So, any luck tracking down our elusive Mr. Kirvin?
I can't talk about that, Harry. You know how it is.
Thanks for coming. You'll get a bollocking when you get back. The wonder is they can afford the manpower to keep me under so much surveillance. I mean, what do they think I'm going to do?
I guess it's standard procedure for someone in your position, leaving under a cloud like that.
Don't come down here checking up on me, everybody.
Harry.
Huh. Sorry. How's Wes? You should bring him down here, you know. Father-son bonding, all that.
He'd like that. It's hard for him without his mum.
How are you doing?
Feels like something's broken that can never be fixed. Selling the house. Wes and I need a clean start.
Come on, let's walk. Copy of Kirvin's file, everything we've got.
Right.
We're missing something. I don't know what it is, but I know that we are. We've got to be.
Well, I made a miss working with you.
Feelings mutual. The strongest connection the link analysis software found is this. Cardassia Financial Services. They buy bad debt. When you default on your credit card, they come after you for twice the amount.
And Kirvin owed money on his credit card.
Cards. He had 3 of them with over 11 grand outstanding and paid Cardassia several visits.
That doesn't seem right. Mushtaq Islam are not short of wealthy sponsors. Why would they leave one of their leading lights to a load of bad debt?
Well, surely the point of a debt recovery agency is that they come after you.
Which is all very promising because we like unusual. There's something else that doesn't seem quite right.
They've got state-of-the-art firewalls.
Well, which you'd hope for from a company that has financial and personal details of maybe thousands of people.
Yes, but you wouldn't really expect them to also have e-being.
Oh, well, you've lost me there.
A computer that isn't linked to the outside world via a phone line presents certain problems for us to hack into. We tried using transient electromagnetic pulse emanation surveillance technology, Tempest, a technique which recognises the pattern of characters on the screen via the tiny amounts of radiation they let off.
But Tempest couldn't read Cardassia's computers.
No, because they have e-being, which disguises the screen with a cloud of radiation.
Somewhat over the top for a debt recovery company.
So, who is Kirvin's bailiff at Cardassia?
This man. Mr. Nick Pollard. He's American. Been in the country for 9 months. Came here to set up Cardassia. We're running background checks on him and GCHQ are monitoring his calls, but he seems clean.
Seems clean.
A terrorist with credit card debts and a debt collection company with technology out of all proportion to their daily activities. We focus all our attention on this Mr. Pollard. Joe, you and I are going to break into his office and find out whatever he's hiding behind his little cloud in Cardassia. Ruth, I need you to copy the whole Kirvin file onto a memory card for me discreetly, very discreetly.
Right.
It's for Harry.
How is he?
Later.
Your contract cleaner's working for a maintenance company. Here are your IDs. Electronic swipe card. We programmed it to allow you up to the 6th floor where Pollard's offices are. Bear in mind, every doorway in this building is equipped with a scanner so that security can see where everyone is at any given moment. If you go anywhere a cleaner isn't supposed to be, you'll trip an alarm. So memorize your route and stick to it.
Adam, how are you doing?
We're ready to go.
Daff?
Alpha team set.
Alpha 3 and 4 in position and unofficial.
We are go. Repeat, we are go. Eyes on. Pollard is on the move.
Adam, he's on the move.
Handing over visual to Alpha 2.
Target heading for west exit. Alpha 2, you in position?
Affirmative, Scorpion.
Let's not crowd him. Give him space, guys.
Got him.
The security system's logged you into the building. Go to the end of this corridor and turn left.
Breaking off now.
Eyeball. He's on course for the river. Alpha 3 moving to primary position.
He's crossing the road.
What's he doing?
Alpha 5 on Alpha 3, no visual on subject.
That guy's had counter-surveillance training.
You can tell by the way he ties his shoelace.
Show me that again, Malcolm. Zoom in. His shoelaces weren't undone. Zaf, don't let your people get too close. Pollard is on the lookout for a tail. Adam, be careful in Pollard's office. I think he's a professional.
One second. He seems to have changed the code.
You do surprise me.
Try that.
Thank you, Malcolm. I think we'll take it from here. When the future lets you down.
Bravo 1, ready for handover on grid reference 24A. Roger, Bravo 1.
Three 7829.
Let's hope he hasn't changed it. Wait, don't touch anything. Look. See? Everything on the desks carefully arranged around them, though to the naked eye it just seems haphazard. They sometimes use bits of cotton and piles of clothing or papers. Either way, if we move anything, he's going to know about it.
How do you know which files to download?
I don't.
Subject is on the bridge. Alpha team, proceed with caution.
Everyone be careful. This bridge might be the best choke point in London.
Subject turn 180. Alpha 2 compromised.
He's turned back. Repeat, he's turned back. My whole team is now redundant.
Adam, Pollard is on his way back.
Shit, how long?
Yeah, it took him 2:30 to get where he was, so say 2 minutes.
Bravo 1 to Bravo team. Stand down. Repeat. Stand down.
Adam, he's speeding up. I think he must be onto us.
Get your stuff and go. Go on.
If Pollard puts a thing out of place, we're screwed.
Come on, come on.
Okay, pull out now. We can't risk Pollard catching you.
No, Juliet, we've got no leads to curve in other than what's on this hard drive.
But if he catches you in there, we'll have nothing.
He's crossing the square.
30 seconds.
He's coming through the front entrance.
20 seconds.
Got him. Crossing the lobby, Adam.
Adam, pull out now. That's an order.
I'm going to get as much as I can. It's our only hope.
He's getting into the lift. 11 seconds. First floor. Second floor. Third floor.
Adam, come on.
6th floor. He's on your level.
Nice night out.
thought you were some weirdo.
I may not be your boss anymore, Ruth. There's no need to be insulting.
How did you know I'd be here?
A couple of months ago, I passed you standing at the bus stop in the pouring rain. I was being driven home. To my eternal shame and now regret, I didn't stop.
It's fine. I like the bus. I have something for you.
Keep an eye on Adam for me. He's... Thank you.
Adam. Something terrible's happened.
What?
The plan of the office for the break-in. I've just been going through everything. I can't find it anywhere. I think I left it on Pollard's desk.
Well, that's it. We're dead, it's over.
Oh, God. You bastard.
Yeah, maybe. Sometimes. How are you getting on with Pollard's computer?
Not so good, I'm afraid. There's one folder we can't crack yet. The encryption is highly sophisticated, unusual for a civilian.
I have put GCHQ on it.
The rest of his files are just personal information needed for credit cards.
This debt collection agency is a great way to recruit potential candidates.
What, you think Pollard's CIA?
Well, it would explain all this high-tech wizardry. You said yourself the guy was using counter-surveillance techniques.
Well, why would the CIA recruit Kervin and then ship him off to Guantanamo?
Why don't you ask the CIA?
I ran him through our systems. He's not one of ours.
You sure about that?
Juliet, we've never heard of this Pollard. You want my advice? Concentrate on Kervin. Why are you wasting your time on some American businessman instead of getting your guys to work with us on the stuff that really matters?
Because his name came up.
Sounds like one of Harry Pierce's wild ideas.
It's not.
You wouldn't be trying to help him out by finding a connection where there isn't one, would you?
You know me better than that, Alex.
I also know that Harry isn't just another water cooler buddy to you.
That's history.
Sure about that?
Run another check on Pollard. He's American, for God's sake. You must be able to find some dirt on him.
Adam, you need to see this. I was going over Kervin's link analysis files. He was prescribed painkillers last year, so I followed that trail. And it turns out he had an infected tooth that required several treatments over a 3-week period. It was in July of last year, the same month we have him posing for holiday snaps in that training camp. The photos are fake, probably the best we've ever seen.
We're being bloody played.
Has anyone seen Harry?
Why?
He's disappeared.
Michael Gorman. You're a difficult man to track down.
Not difficult enough, it seems.
The agency think you're in South America.
Well, it's a big enough place. It ought to keep them occupied for a while.
I want to pick your brains.
About Pollard?
He smells like agency.
Sure, but which agency? Central Intelligence, National Security? Things aren't black and white for men like this.
Men like you.
I'm retired.
Your head of station brought you up on charges for an illegal black op and you blew up his car. Exactly what kind of pension plan did they give you for that?
It was only supposed to scare him. I notice we're not talking in your cozy Thames House office over a glass of brandy.
It's very difficult to get a security pass for someone who no longer exists.
Sure. That and you don't have an office anymore? Word is out. That weight you like to throw around. Seems like you've slimmed down, my friend. Men like Pollard, Nixon used to call them the horribles. Howard Hunt and Gordon Liddy.
The Watergate burglars.
On a good day. Freelancers, deniables. Want something dirty done? You don't want to get bit in the ass somewhere down the line?
Government work?
Believe me, I'd love to point the finger at the agency. This hasn't got their dirty paw prints on it. May have trained him. They don't own him anymore.
Who does?
Want the who? Look at the why. Look at Iraq. A lot of powerful people making a lot of money. But Iraq wasn't too popular. And nobody wants Iran next. Not me. Not you.
You need a catalyst.
It's gonna take for the British public to get behind a war in Iran.
Fear and a lot of dead bodies in Britain.
You got a man like Pollard. Put him in London. Have him look for disaffected Iranians. Not terrorists, maybe, not yet. But men and women of extremist sympathies. Maybe left to their own devices, they're gonna make some speeches, write some articles, go on a march. But lean in hard enough.
You turn them into soldiers.
Pollard already has his fall guy, his Lee Harvey Oswald. Smart Money says he's arming him up as we speak, telling him what his target is, when to pull the trigger. The legend is prepared. Patsy is ready. Whatever Pollard and his masters have planned, when it comes down, you get Pollard's boy handed to you gift wrapped in an Iranian flag. A new face of terrorism.
And they shall have their war.
Did Roscoe know what was happening? Is that why they tried to take Kervin out of the picture?
Roscoe's a foot soldier. He's told only what he needs to know.
You think Pollard set it up?
I don't think we'll ever know how much influence Pollard and his superiors have. Did Joe manage to trace the neighbor who made the phone call?
No. Pollard?
Tipped us off. Stopped the extradition. Whether it was an unlucky coincidence or a daring ploy to get our attention, he couldn't risk having Kervin taken off the playing field.
If Pollard setting Kervin up as the ultimate Iranian terrorist, what better way of getting our attention than 2 dead MI5 officers? Colin's still trying to decrypt the files on Pollard's hard drive. Until then, we've got no way of knowing what these two are up to.
Whatever he's planning, it's got to be something big enough to drive this country into war. Big enough to sway public opinion behind an invasion of Iran. Something catastrophic. Lockerbie, Bali, World Trade Center. It's on our doorstep and on our watch.
Bravo team, stand by. Stand by to take eyeball.
Alpha 1, he's gone. Repeat, he's gone.
Confirming that. No sign of him.
What do you mean he's gone? He can't just disappear.
Shit. Ruth, Colin, CCTV, any sign?
Not yet.
If we lose him, we'll have nothing.
Team, join your forces. Curvin, heading south.
Alpha 2, I'm on him.
They made contact. The attack must be imminent.
Alphas 1 to 3, stay with Curvin. I'll send back up.
4 and 5, stay and find Pollard.
What's the news on Curvin?
He's hiding out in a cottage 1 hour outside London. No sign of movement. And Colin's still trying to crack the encrypted folder from Pollard's computer.
Where is Pollard?
At the office, working late.
Without a weapon or a target, we've got nothing. We need a smoking gun. Zaf, stand down. Joe and I'll take the night shift. Curvin's on the move.
Take these.
What are you doing?
I want you to do the looking. Better be quick, I can't see a thing.
Right, Flo, stop!
Which way?
Left. Okay, left-hander in 100 yards. 50. Now.
Left or right? Quickly!
Braking 20, then sharp right. Do you want his back now?
No, not until we find him.
Roger.
Zaf, I thought you'd gone home.
Yeah, I got bored. No one to play with. 20 minutes behind you.
Slow. Left! Right, then sharp right.
Okay, panic over. We've got Curvin's tail lights.
Well done.
Adam, GCHQ have cracked Pollard's encryption. The file contained terminal blueprints and air traffic control data. Now, according to your GPS, you're 2 miles west of the airport. Adam, you're directly beneath transatlantic flight approach.
He's marked out the approach zones to the runways.
He's going to bring down a plane.
Curvin's on the move.
Adam, take him in.
Let's go.
Ruth, keep the armed response teams back until my signal. I don't want them scaring him off.
Adam, I'm calling in the team.
We have to find the missile. Curvin will lead us straight to it.
There could be hundreds of people on that plane. I cannot have them bellying into one of the terminals. God knows what the death count would be.
We won't get a second chance to find this weapon. It has to be this way.
The first plane's coming in.
cert?
A radar flash from a missile. Adam, it's a surface-to-air missile. You've got 53 seconds.
Before
the battery fully charges and they can fire.
40 seconds. 30.
He's got a lock on.
20.
I wouldn't.
10 seconds.
I don't think we've met.
Roscoe, I'm sending the package over.
What the hell is this? Where's Curvin?
He was shot dead whilst attempting to commit a terrorist act.
Which is why we were trying to extradite him in the first place.
Except it wouldn't have happened without this man. An American citizen who is being charged under the Prevention of Terrorism Act with conspiracy and incitement to commit an act of terrorism. We'll be holding on to him, too.
If he's an American citizen...
You want him back? You'll have to go through the proper channels. In the meantime, Alex, inform your superiors to put their own house in order before they even think about messing about in mine again.
I think we've picked a surefire winner there, Wes. How about you, Adam? What have you backed?
Sweet Juliet had to be, really, didn't it? What about you? You know, she offered me your job.
I thought you might. What did you say?
Told her they couldn't afford me. Don't tell me that my one's the undersized one.
Trap 5, Sweet Juliet. Yes, it is.
I get the feeling I'm being set up here. You're not part of some race-fixing syndicate or something, are you? Are you in on this with him? Give me one of those. Come on, Harry, which one's yours?
It's a red coat.
The one in a red coat? That's twice the size of mine.
That's bad luck.
Go on, Jimmy's left! Go on, mate! Go on! £20 on the nose, a winner.
Lovely.
Let's spin it all at once, Harry.
Can we have another go with the dogs, Uncle Harry?
I don't see why not. Maybe this time we'll let your father choose the dog.
Dad doesn't know anything about dogs. He's more of a cat man.
Says it all.
It's good to have you back.
It's good to be back. I better get up to speed. Lots of files to read. Wouldn't want to miss anything. Don't work too late.
I'll get the last bus.